is update 7 of the Ancient Mythos Project Pan. It was created by Darya of the PANtastic ladies, and hopefully it's where you learn about Norse mythology as I also learn about Norse mythology, and hopefully pan some things in the process. I have an exciting update today because this doesn't usually happen. I do have an empty, which has happened before but is very rare, but I actually also have my first declutter. So let's go over what products and prompts we picked last month. The first prompt that I got is for Harbard, and that is the alias that is used by Odin when he disguises himself as a rude, boastful ferryman. He is best known for his bitter yet witty verbal duels with the thunder god Thor. And for this one, it was said to pick a product that you aren't quite familiar with, and I thought it was a perfect time to bring in my Sakoshi glue-free lashes. These are an N03 natural, and I've never used single lashes like this before, and quite honestly, I probably never will again. This is actually my declutter. So I used 4 of these so far, and honestly, it was the 4 worst times that I've ever had with lashes. For whatever reason, I just don't work well with these. Anytime I tried to put them on, they wouldn't stay. If I used my tweezers and I tried to squeeze them to my lashes, it would come off with my tweezers. If I placed it gently and left it, of course, it would flutter off. Like, I did not know how to get these lashes to stick to my lash line. Like, absolutely nothing I did worked. And the worst part is that it took off a little bit of eyeshadow with it each time. So each time your lash line is getting barer and barer, and I'm like, you know what? You guys told me with the Tacobo lip oil to just call it quits on it when something isn't working, and unfortunately, this just isn't working for me. So unfortunately, after 4 uses, I'm going to be saying goodbye to the Sakoshi glue-free lashes. The second prompt that I got was for Bragi. He is the god of poetry, music, and eloquence, and he is depicted as a wise, long-bearded skald who welcomes fallen warriors to Valhalla and immortalizes their heroic deed in song. And for this one, you were to pick a lip product. So I decided to work on my Ilia Beauty Multi-Stick in the shade At Last, because in my lip service project pan, this was the product that was just being left behind. Like, I was not getting any uses on this. I am happy to say that after throwing it in this project, I was able to get 7 uses on it, which I think is pretty dang good. And quite honestly, after those 7 uses, I don't mind this product, so maybe I'll reach for it more often and it won't be left behind. This one grosses me out. This is the Nagelfar, also known as the Nail Farer, and it is a legendary vessel that is made entirely of the finger and toenails of the dead. And for this one, you were supposed to pick a nail product, and I picked the Holo Taco Flaky Taco, which is my favorite out of all of these like linear kind of flakies. And the reason I did that is because this was so close to being empty that I was like, if I just focus on this, this is going to be gone. I said maybe 1 or 2 uses, and I'm happy to say after 2 uses, this is completely done. So this is my empty that I told you about earlier. It's a little bittersweet because I am gonna miss it, but I'm also excited that I used up a nail polish and I got another thing out of my collection. And the last prompt that we picked was for Tyr or Tyr, and he is the one-handed god. He is the god of law, justice, and heroic warfare, and he sacrificed his right hand to the monstrous Fenrir, which we had that prompt earlier, to protect the gods. And for this one, you were supposed to pick a hand cream or lotion, and I mentioned last time, I only had 1 hand cream or lotion in my whole entire collection. So I accidentally saw this prompt when I was kind of like filling out my spreadsheet one day, and I'm like, oh no, we're not using that product. We have to save it for this prompt. So I'm happy to say that even though I saved it for this prompt and it's not empty, I got 32 uses out of this, which I'm super excited because that's quite a lot. And if you look, we really don't have that much left. This should be an empty for sure in the near future. Now is the time that we are going to use the number generator to get ourselves some new products and prompts. And I like this part because it's like you don't really know what you're going to get. It's just complete surprise. So we only have 16 prompts left out of this whole entire project. So I put 1 through 16 there, and let's see what we get. 14, 1, 16, and 2. The first prompt that we picked was number 14, and this is for Sif. Sif is a major goddess and a fiercely loyal wife of the thunder god Thor. She is universally recognized for her golden flowing hair. So for this one, you were supposed to pick a product that was gold or warm toned. So I decided to throw in another nail polish. This one's not close to being used up, unfortunately, but it is the Holo Taco Gold Flake Taco, and unfortunately this is probably my least favorite. And the only reason is because it's literally just gold. Like, it's not gold holographic, it's not gold, oh, like unicorn skin, like it's literally just gold. So I find it a little boring compared to the rest of the products I have from them. So that's why I'm bringing this one into the project, and I want my usual 10 uses with this. Next was Valhalla, and this is one of the words that I was actually familiar with, which is not something that happens quite often. And this one is a majestic gold-roofed hall in Asgard that is presided over by Odin. And for this one, you were supposed to pick a product that you thought should go to paradise. And I actually struggled with this a little bit, and then it just like popped into my head and I'm like, oh yes, definitely that product. So I spoke about this, I think it's in my That's Expensive project pan, because it's definitely a splurge, but is the Hi Smile toothpaste. So over the course of, you know, the whole COVID thing, I stumbled upon this brand and decided to give it a try. And I bought quite a few different like flavors, I'll be honest, more than what I needed, but I have loved almost every single one of them. And it's the fun flavors that really got me into actually consistently using toothpaste and brushing my teeth the 2 times that I'm supposed to do every single day. So quite honestly, I am in love with Hi Smile. I am super happy for the fact that they actually got me into a routine, and I'll be forever grateful for this product. Next is a word I'm gonna struggle with. This was prompt 16, and it is Svartalfheim? Svartalfheim? And it is the one of the 9 realms that is known as the subterranean homeland of the dwarves. And you were supposed to pick a product with broken package or a product that is broken. And oddly enough, I have one singular broken product in my whole entire collection. Knock on wood, like at this moment, I only have one. And oddly enough, it is my PANThat palette that I am working on. So with this one, it's just literally the cover no longer stays on because the little pieces here kind of like broke off. So this one is my only broken product. So I decided, you know what, that's the prompt, we're gonna go with it, even though I'm focusing on this obviously in my PANThat palette videos. But my goal with this one is to use every shade at least once, which is usually a goal I have in my project anyways, but I've been really struggling with it lately ever since I've been like putting focus on certain colors. I've started just like keening in on those, and then everything else gets neglected. So I usually do good with my Ancient Mythos products, so I'm gonna throw this in here and say one use in every color, and hopefully I'll be able to do that by next update. And prompt 2, which is the last one that we rolled, was for Freya. And this one is a preeminent goddess of love, beauty, fertility, war, gold, and magic. And I'm just realizing I spelled magic wrong. So I was looking at all the Norse stuff and I think I just got my brain switched because I spelled it M-A-J-I-C. So close, but not quite. But this one is a product that can perform differently depending how you use it. And the kind of example they gave with the prompts was like a product that you can go soft with, or you can go dark with it depending how you kind of layer it. And you know what, because I brought my PANThat palette in here, I think it's only fair that we also bring in the PANThat face palette as well. So the shade that I'm working on currently is the shade Rose Spritz, which is this one here. That's kind of like my focal shade. And I'm bringing this one in hopefully for 10 uses, because this one can go on really lightly if you want it to, but you could also pack it on really dark. And quite honestly, it looks awful on me when it's really dark, but it's one of those ones that you can play around with depending how you layer it, depending how you buff it, and even depending on the type of brush that you use. So that's what we're bringing in for Freya, is the Rose Spritz. I'm kind of excited for the products that I brought in for this update. Be quite honest, it's probably just the toothpaste. I'm like, oh yeah, I get to focus on my toothpaste, which I was anyways. Usually I use my Hi Smile in the morning, and then I've been trying to get through my turn and burn little toothpaste samples in the evening. So I was gonna use it anyways, but it's like I at least love to put it into a project and have it as a focal product. I hope you come back for the next update, which will be on July 20th, to see how much we're able to kind of get through and the amount of damage we can do to these products. However, in the meantime, I do have a shortcoming tomorrow, which is my updated hair care routine. And spoiler alert, I actually have an empty, which doesn't usually happen in my hair care updates. However, my next video is going to be on June 23rd, and it's an update to Turn and Burn. So thank you for watching my video today. It definitely encourages me to keep going, and it also helps my channel out. I'm really thankful that you're here spending your time with me, and until the next one, I hope the day treats you well. Bye!